place at the right time. That's all I can tell you. And Ulosophy would take care and handle the spiritual side. We go ahead and handle the mindset side. The concept, we drill into you the concepts that the high elite did not want you to know, and they are born with it. That is why bloodlines have happened throughout history. And then comes the financial side, which is Hex.com, Post-Chain, PLSX, Richard Hart projects. These things are going to change the world. You know, I was told long ago that whatever has more controversy, usually that's the thing that they don't want you to do. Hex.com. And then we have the gathering side. We ask you to get together as a group. We ask you to be as a community. We ask you about membership. You do not have to be alone. Hey guys, so today I want to talk about again one of the main focuses regarding the whole Ulosophy mindset, the whole Ulosophy steps. It's the fact that you have to realize what deficiencies you have so you can go ahead and fill the void. So we take care of the spiritual side, which is in two parts. We take care of the condemnation side and the unrestful side. So the spiritual side, it all comes down to those two: getting rid of your condemnation and getting rid of your unrestfulness. So at every point, at every single day in your life, you must walk around not feeling condemned for what you have done or for what you might do in the future, because it's taken care of by the blood of Jesus Christ. That's what we believe. And also the unrestfulness. You walk around every single day, you get up in the morning knowing everything's taken care of, everything's finished, at rest. One of the last words of Jesus Christ was, "It is finished." That means that everything is already done. All you have to do is just walk, walk, take on the action that is needed at that specific moment, but know that it is finished. Okay? People always say that you have to go ahead and do. When it comes to the actual actions, well, what about the person that, there's two people, they look similar, but they're from the same race, but one person, and they both want the job really bad. They really want it, but one gets it and one don't. What's the difference? Was it luck? Was it just the way the universe is? What is it? One person, put some crop down, put some seeds down so the crop can grow. Another person does the same thing, but one unfortunately gets, once the crop starts growing and everything, hail drops and destroys the entire crop or most of it. But the other one has a successful one. What's the difference? They said luck. What is it? Did it have to do something that I did? What did I do to cause this hail to come down and destroy my crop? What is it? That's what I'm talking about. It's something beyond action. It's something beyond reaction. It's something, it's just the way the universe works. It's like the atom. The atom, has an electron around it. It's going around and around and around and around. What is making that electron go around and around and around and around? Where's this energy coming from? That's the spiritual side. Knowing that you have to be at rest for things to happen. There's, Jesus said, what do you have to do? Worrying. How much do you have to worry if no matter if you worry, no matter what, you're not going to grow, a centimeter. No matter how much you worry, no matter how much you think, no matter how, it doesn't work like that. It's something bigger than me and you. That's the spiritual side. And then we have the mindset, which are the concepts. The concepts like the concepts that you hear in many motivational videos, many motivational tapes, many motivational courses, many motivational seminars with Tony Robbins, things like that. But the specific concepts that we teach, these are concepts that I don't want to say the best concepts picked out of every single thing, but more like the concepts that we hear whenever we read biographies, whenever we see interviews, whenever we go ahead and hear about other successful people. These are the concepts that identify the actions that they are doing, have been seen doing, or are expressing. They're expressing the action upon it. So these concepts are chosen in that way, right? That's why biographies and autobiographies are so important, because you get to go ahead and see a different light. You get to see a different side of the picture of that specific person. And those are the concepts that really make that person. I mean, those are the things that you can see that really make that person who they are, or why they are the way they are. And those are the concepts that we choose. Our concepts are specific. They're not just any concept. We don't agree with every single motivational, with every single self-help, with every single, course that talks about discipline out there. We have our specific own that we see that works, and we have the belief that throughout history, many of the elite, refuse to go ahead and mix their bloodline. They always desired to go ahead and, they always stood within, they always birthed within. They would never mix the bloodline outside from what it is. It was always royalty with royalty. Nothing. I always wondered that since I was a kid. Like, why does that happen? Why did they do that? Perfect. When I was young, the perfect thing, the perfect scene, the perfect thing that I saw was the movie Titanic. How the rich people never mingled with the poor people. They never mingle with each other. They both are kind of refused, right? And that movie kind of shows like the bottom ones and the elite ones together with the story there. So that story specifically, when I was young, when I saw it, kind of really hit me. I was like, And then that's when I started, reading more and reading on history and so forth. And I saw all these stories, all these biographies from all these kings and queens, and they literally talk about the bloodline and how important it is, and how important it is not to be mixed with. You have to keep it within a certain parameter. It cannot be beyond that. Why? Well, what us in Ulosophy teach and believe is that the reason that happens is because within those individuals that are born within that bloodline, there's nothing specifically, metaphysical or anything like that. It could be, but the main thing is that they are born with these concepts. So imagine all these concepts of discipline, all these concepts around honesty, all these concepts around honor, all these concepts around intelligence, all these concepts around all these different things, right? And you study them so much that they become a part of you. Just like brushing your teeth, just like tying your shoe. You don't think about it. You are in unconscious competence. You basically just do it. You don't think about how to brush your teeth. Oh, I'm gonna start with the left side and I'm gonna go up and down. And so when you tie your shoes, you're not gonna say, okay, let me, the one loop, I go to the left. No, you just do it like that. You just do it. Imagine having all these concepts around discipline, around honor, around loyalty, around honor, around honesty, around success, and so forth. Imagine if you are able to go ahead and just do them without thinking. That's what the bloodlines are. One person started it many years ago. And then, they started getting all these concepts inside their DNA. So when they have children, they pass down those concepts, and then they teach that specific individual to even learn more and learn more. And then the same thing happens with his children, and the same thing happens with his children, and the same thing happens with this child, until this bloodline has all these concepts within their DNA. And there's so many great things that they have accomplished because of this. Why would you want to mess that up? You don't. So you keep it within the bloodline. That is where the royalty bloodline comes from. It has been specifically chosen throughout generations. But it all started with one person, right? One person. It's like one person, just one decides to come to America, and then they have children, and from there, they specifically go and so guys, as I was talking about the bloodline, so because of all these concepts that they have come to put into, they have trained, they have listened, they have drilled into themselves. We call it, getting it drilled into your DNA, putting it into your DNA. Because once it's in your DNA, you don't think about it no more. You just do it. It's something you just do. Brushing your teeth, tying your shoe, walking, stretching, I don't know, moving your hands, talking. You don't think about it. You just do it. That's what we try to do. We have these concepts, and we try to go ahead and drill them into your DNA. So that way you can go ahead and reach the level. And our certain system is designed to go ahead and have that royalty bloodline, in other words, could start with you. So if your family is at a certain level and you wanted to go ahead and grow and become, the big and successful, and you want your descendants to have great lives and amazing ways to help the world, then you got to start with one person. Maybe start it with your grandpa, maybe buying some land, I don't know, whatever, and then just you want to keep it growing. So you got to learn these concepts. These concepts have to be a part of you and have to act upon them. From all the information that we have gathered of all these people that are in the elite, all this information that we have gathered these specific concepts that we see that are common around all of them, that they go ahead and believe in, and who they are. And we grab these concepts and then teach them to you, so you can have them inside your DNA, so you have an advantage. So you could actually even reach the level that they are at, if you are teachable enough, if you are willing to go ahead and train your DNA up to that level, right? So that's the part, that's the mindset part, right? Then from there we have the financial part, which is Hex.com, Pulse Chain, PLSX, the cryptocurrency, that piece that we believe is financial freedom. That's what we believe in, and that's what all of the Ulosophy members believe in and do, and many of the followers of Ulosophy, go ahead and do. We don't tell you to go ahead and do them. We just show you. To the consumer business that's out there. Imagine that. I love you guys. I gotta go. It's late. I gotta go to sleep. I love you guys. Thank you. Peace out. And that's what we believe in, the financial part, the Hex system, the Richard Hart projects, right? And also with that comes, Richard Hart's ideology, like Sci-Vive, and his other book, the 15 Ways to Fix the World. I believe that's the name. So we're working on, getting those concepts, matched up or grabbed, so we can go ahead and add them to the Ulosophy ideology as well, because that's some amazing ideology. It's sort of like a booster, right? Like the NOS, if you want on your car, you have enough power, but you want a NOS to go ahead and even get you there faster, right? That's what the ideology from Richard Hart is, the Sci-Vive, his book Sci-Vive, and his other videos and ideologies. Very great information. So we're starting to add that into our ideology as well. So that's part of our training. So that's what you could call this, training. Now, I want you to go ahead and think about. I'm not asking you to believe it, but just think about this. Let's say that there's a group, of certain people, of certain bloodlines. Well, not bloodlines, but certain group that wants to go ahead and make themselves better, and they want the future of their dynasty to be better as well. But you know, these certain secrets cannot just be let out. It's just between them. For example, a family has secrets. They don't want them out. They don't let them out. Their family members don't speak about it. They have secrets within them that they just don't speak about it with other people. Other people don't know about it. The same thing here with Ulosophy. We have all our concepts and everything. They're free and you can learn them. But as far as what we think about them and how we use them within our membership, we don't talk about. And there's other things that we go ahead and do within our membership as Ulosophy members. If you're interested, email us at ulosophy1@gmail.com. Not everybody's qualified. Not everybody does get in. You just have to go ahead and see. Email us if you're interested. But as a Ulosophy member, you have a lot of advantages. That it's like a family, and the family has things within, and we just don't lay it out to the public. The knowledge is out there because we feel that everybody should have the opportunity. Everybody should have the opportunity. Everybody should have the chance to go ahead and improve their lives. Not everybody won't, and that's why we don't fully agree with the elite's way of thinking. They believe, and this can go back to Henry Ford if we're talking most recent. This goes back to Henry Ford, that he believed that this information should not be shared with the public. That is why when Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in the world at that time, the start of U.S. Steel, when he hired Napoleon Hill to go ahead and observe the rich, the wealthy, the people he was around with, J.P. Morgan, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Vanderbilt, himself, Andrew Carnegie, all these rich people, he introduced them to Napoleon Hill, and he wanted Napoleon Hill to observe this for 20 years, make notes and everything, and then come out with a certain report or certain thesis or certain book of his observations on what is the common denominator with these rich people and what is it that they do to go ahead and get success. And that is when he came out with his book, The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. Henry Ford felt that should not be shared with the public, and he fought it and made it to the point that Napoleon Hill had to go ahead and release another version that was watered down of The Law of Success in 16 Lessons. And then again, that was watered down. And then it became the book Think and Grow Rich. And then that book was watered down. And then is Think and Grow Rich, the one that we have available now. So it was watered down like 2 or 3 times. I don't know how many times, but there's certain things that were watered down that, he believed were just not, the public should not know about them. It will take away their power or so forth. We don't believe that. We believe, and they know this too. The elite know this too. But I don't know why, it's not shown. It's not released. They know just like we know. And how we know, that's not something that you need to know. You have to be a member and so forth. And then you'll get more information on how we got this information, how we got this knowledge, how we're presenting it, and it's in a better basic form. But we believe, we know, just like they know, that even if all the information is released to the entire world, and the entire world gets this information, the same information that they get, if you guys ever seen the movie John Wick, the movie John Wick, shows this secret world apart from the public world, where there's a secret world of assassins, right? There's a secret world of assassins. And in this world, nobody knows about it. They all keep it to themselves, and the people that the actual people that learn all these, learn how to be assassins, learn all these secrets, are certain people that are chosen, right? Or have certain circumstances. And if you see the movies, you go on to see that John Wick himself had a specific situation where he joined this quote secret society of assassins, right? Which they call the table, or the higher table. And they're trained from very small. They're trained from when they're kids all the way to when they're adults. They're trained. But it's like a secret society that nobody knows about. What if I told you that was true? I'm not saying for you to believe it. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm just saying I want you to just imagine. I want you to just imagine a world like that. And I want you to imagine that they believe that these secrets, what Ulosophy is doing, and what many other, people are doing. I personally believe that nobody releases the information like we do, because there's certain things that they just don't do that we do, and we really have success. Like, we really have people changing their lives. And don't think that they're just gonna change. You're just gonna change within a little small of time. No, this is a lifelong thing. You learn the basics over and over again. That's the thing. The Bible says that faith comes from hearing, not heard, not hearing once, but by hearing. And the same thing here. So we see that as Ulosophy members, or as people try this information, they have and get more success the more constant they are at it and learning these things. Now, the spiritual side is something that, let's say, if this super elite secret society exists, is something that they teach at the very end. We teach this at the very beginning. And then that will allow them to go ahead and learn the concepts much, much stronger. Now, again, the membership, the way that we go ahead and teach this is very, very different and very, very well effective. But you have to become a member for that. But for you that is watching this video and you just have all this information in front of you, if you could grab it, you could take it as you like. But we suggest you start with the spiritual side, and then the mindset side, and then the financial side, like that. And also the gathering side, part of the gathering side. But Again, doesn't mean that you have to master the spiritual side and then you could go over there. No, you have to go ahead and get to a point where you are living comfortable, you are confident, you feel free, you are free of your trauma, you are free of fear, and then you go ahead and start learning these concepts, and you're going to see success. And once you start learning these concepts, you're also going to go ahead and start learning about the financial side, because we live in a material world and we need money to survive, and we need money to do a lot of things to help the world. Obviously, Ulosophy was made to go ahead and help the world, to make the world a better place. That's the reason it was formed. It was formed since 2016. You may not see much action, but it's been here since 2016. And I've been releasing videos since 2016. And from there, 2016, membership has gotten so so precise that only specific people are members of Ulosophy. There's not that many. We're a very, very small group, but the way that, amazing, right? That's all I can say. Becoming a member of Ulosophy is amazing. And anybody can become a member, but, not everybody will qualify. So let me rephrase that. Everybody can choose to want to become a member, but not everybody will qualify. You have to be a specific person. Again, this is not choosing nothing. It's just the way specific things are. For example, back to the point that I was doing. We in Ulosophy, and just like the other people out there that have other self-help and are trying to go ahead and bring these concepts out, just like the elite know, just like the quote secret society knows, they know just like we know that even if all this information is released to the world, they know just like we know that not everybody's going to choose to go ahead and take it. Not everybody's going to choose to go ahead and have all these concepts part of their DNA. They may get some, but they're not going to go ahead and be masters. They're not going to go ahead, just like, for example, that's a perfect example. Like in martial arts, karate, all those martial arts, not everybody has the choice to go ahead and learn martial arts. Everybody has the choice to go ahead and learn boxing. Everybody has the choice to learn karate and all this and get black belts, but not everybody becomes a master. There's not that, the masters, there's not that many. There's only a certain few, and that's what we're talking about. In the super elite, they believe that the only people that should have access to this information should be masters. Again, how do they choose these people to be masters? Through the bloodline. That's why they keep their bloodlines specific. They don't intermingle until recently. Until recently, that has happened. You could see the kids of Princess Diana. They're marrying outside of their bloodline. I think the first king, the first son of the Princess Diana, Prince Charles, he married someone outside the bloodline, and the other son married someone in the United States, which was outside their bloodline, and I think she was of color. All right, so you start seeing this now, but throughout history, it has never been done. And in their belief, the reason is because of all these concepts that they have gathered to go ahead and get inside them, to go ahead and get inside their DNA. They just act upon it. They don't want that to be stained in any way. They don't want the waters to be muddled, in other words. That's what they believe, right? And in some sense, it's true. In some sense, it's true, because if you have a daughter, let's say you have a beautiful, successful, great daughter that's going to college and everything, and then you see her bring somebody, who I don't know, it's a drug dealer or just doesn't have much education and really doesn't seem to want to go or be anywhere in the world as a pothead or something. If you see that, you're not going to want that for your daughter that's so super successful and amazing and so forth. So you're going to tell her, like, look, don't, that guy's really not good for you, you know. Or maybe the guy is violent and beats her and everything, but she's beautiful, she's successful, she really wants to go ahead and train and so forth, but you know, is the you know, is really not good for her. So you tell her the same type of concept here. Okay, so you know, this information, we decided to go ahead and make it available for everyone. So all this information that you see is us as Ulosophy members, us as members, we believe that we, you know, just like them, like we believe that the Ulosophy membership is for people who really want to be masters. So that's why it's not so easy to get in. There's certain parameters that you have to go ahead and do, and not everybody qualifies. But the information is out there, at least, so you can go ahead and have a successful life, so you can have a happy life. I mean, with the spiritual side alone, that will go ahead and allow you to have such a restful, amazing, peaceful, gratifying, good life that is beyond your dreams. Just the spiritual side, if you just stick to the spiritual side. But then you have the other side, the mindset side, you have the financial side. I mean, if you stick to, at least if you stick to the spiritual side, that's really all I can ask for, because at the end of the day, you'll be a believer of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So the one side, that's it. That's even if you want to become a member, you have to accept the first side first. As long as you accept the first side first, I mean, you can go ahead and then move on to the financial side, and you'll have success, like, you know, and so forth. And then even if you do all three, you'll have some success. You pick out, you know, you get the first side, and you pick out some of the mindset side, some of the financial side, some of the gathering side, and you'll have some success. But as a member of Ulosophy, we're going all the way. Like we're our goal is to go ahead and develop masters, so we can go ahead and have more masters to go ahead and be the teachers to those others that want to become masters and so forth. That's really what it is, you know. So that is the whole point of all this, is really to make the world a better place. And like I mentioned, you start with one thing. That's, you start with just releasing all the information. We don't charge for it. There's groups out there, paid groups, that go ahead and you know, they charge you for this information, unfortunately, and so forth, for you to go ahead and join their group. And it's a self-help group, and you know, I think Tony Robbins charges, like, I don't know, thousands of dollars, so you can go to his courses. And I mean, it's all great and dandy. I don't knock them for it. You know, I've heard they're great, and you come out, you know, feeling really motivated. But then the motivation slowly starts to drop, and then you have to go back again. Here, we go ahead and just release all the information. Boom, and there you go, right? But even at that, we haven't even released all the information we have, because there's so much information. The following of Ulosophy at this moment is so small that I really haven't gotten the sign, the feeling to go ahead and release the rest of the information, because I feel that people are still, the few people that follow us are still trying to go ahead and learn, you know, what we have, the basics. So, you know, the spiritual side, I think I've released more of the spiritual side than the mindset side and the financial side. I think I've released more of the financial side than I've released of the mindset side, because the mindset side of what we have released so far, it's so good, it's so great, that you know, it's enough for at this moment. And then at a certain moment, if our following ever grows, it may not ever grow, but if it does grow and it is requested, then it's there. But if you become a member, you fully have, you fully have the information, and there's certain things we do to train ourselves of this information, right? I've been knowing this information for years. I've learned this information for years since I was 13 years old. Let's say 15, just to be humble. This information was presented to me since I was a very young person. That is why I can go ahead and just explain it to you out of my mind like that. You tell me a certain concept, I explain to you like that, because I've been learning this information for so long. But my path has been a little different, where I've been more of a teacher, no more of a teacher, but more like a monk, writing down the information and saving the information so it won't be lost. Writing down the information so others can have it, others can use it, others can learn it, as opposed to, me fully acting upon it. If you know the story of the Catholic Church, I mean, they have archives, they have miles of archives underneath the Catholic Church. But underneath the Catholic Church, for a certain amount of time, when Christianity was really punished, monks, Catholic monks, would be underground because they were looking for Christians, and they would kill them, and every Bible that they saw, they would burn it. So the only reason the Bible survived, what we call the Bible, the books of the Bible, the only reason it survived was because of the Catholic Church, because monks would go underground. They made an underground space where monks would be. Nobody, it would be completely secret, and monks would be handwriting the Bible. And that's how they made copies, and that's how the Bible survived, because they were burning every single Bible they had. They were killing every single Christian they came across. You had a Bible, they burned the Bible and then kill you. Or they might go ahead and burn the Bible and throw you in there. That's how it was. So if it wasn't for the Catholic Church, we really wouldn't have the Bible. And the Bible is so sacred. It has all the answers there. That's really all you need. The Bible's there. That's what I'm saying. Like the elite know. Like if the elite would go ahead and just release all this information and and say, look, we since this is us. This is the bloodlines. This is what we teach. This is so forth, and this is what we do, and this and that. And we're gonna share with you guys. Not everybody would go ahead and get it. Not everybody would go ahead and choose to learn it. Some will choose to learn some of it, but not everybody will go, because they're afraid. Their fear is that everybody would stop being workers. They would not have workers anymore. That's what Henry Ford was afraid of. He said, we can't release this information, because if we release this information, everybody's gonna, become a businessman or whatnot, and we're not gonna have workers anymore. Who's gonna be our workers? And that's what they were afraid of. That's why they didn't want to release the information Napoleon Hill wrote and gathered through the 20 years through the 20-year commission that he had through Andrew Carnegie. But that's not the point. That's not what would happen. Not everybody is going to choose to go ahead and be, quote, a master. You're still going to have, quote, workers, but at least they're going to be much happier. They're going to be much more effective. They're going to be much more productive, and so forth. They're going to be a better human being overall. They're going to help themselves. They're going to help their loved ones, their families. They're going to help their communities. And it's going to be a better paradise. But the elite believe that concepts like these and what we teach should not be let out, because then there won't be no workers. But just like in martial arts, that's the best example I could give you at the moment that I can think of. Not everybody becomes a master. because it takes a certain amount of person to become a master. And it's all right not to become a master. That's the whole point. It's all right to not become a master. It's totally fine, you know, because your thing may not be, you know, may not be to become a master. Your thing may be working with wood, being a carpenter. Maybe that's your love. That's what you were born. That you go crazy about it. You love working with wood. You like making sculptures. You like doing this. Maybe your thing is working with cars and love cars and so forth. And that's your thing, and you become a master at that. Everybody can become a master, but at a certain something, but not become a master in this information, right? To learn this information. They can learn this information, but you can still be a master at whatever craft you want, you know. And then you have your teachers, you know, and so forth. So that's the whole point. That's what we released. Everything's free. We don't charge a dime for it. If you do ever want to go ahead and, you know, make a donation to Ulosophy, you can at ulosophy1@gmail.com and through PayPal. But we have what we call a sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. You're making a sacrifice for the freedom of religion and freedom of belief. You're making a sacrifice because you believe, you're making a statement that you believe in freedom of religion and freedom of belief. And with that, every single dollar that you sacrifice is going to be like a ticket, like one Ulosophy ticket that is worthless. It's not going to be worth anything. But like I keep telling you guys almost in every single video, Bitcoin at one point wasn't worth anything. Certain things that were made, pictures, arts, at one point weren't worth anything. What if one day that is worth something? I'm just saying. There's certain things that are being put in place, and the way that we're making things happen, one day could be worth something. It's not worth anything right now. You're gonna make a sacrifice and to make a statement, but you're gonna get these tickets, but they're not gonna be worth anything. But maybe one day they will. So you got to think of that. So you can sacrifice at ulosophy1@gmail.com. That's ulosophy1 with the number 1 at gmail.com, and you can do that through PayPal. So go through PayPal, type in that email, and then you could make your sacrifice. I think on the subject line you can go ahead and put sacrifice, and you can know that, so we can know at least that specific sacrifice that you made was for that. If not, then go ahead and email us and say, hey, this is the number, the transaction number. This specific money that I sacrificed was for the sacrifice, right? Not for the donations or anything else. So, and you get one ticket. You get one ticket per dollar. One ticket per dollar. Amazing. So, I mean, if like I'm saying, it was worth nothing, but imagine if one day it's worth something. One ticket would be amazing. So, I mean, that's where we are right now. So, yes, I just wanted to go ahead and come out and tell you a little story of that, guys. Little story of what the training is like, what the training is for. I'm going to go ahead and start, the Ulosophy motivation videos. That's the concepts. Go ahead and get those concepts. All the videos are concepts, but mainly the Ulosophy motivation videos. That's where you can start. We go through each concept one by one, right? Because we have them all like in a list of all the concepts. But there's certain videos that I make that could be anywhere. It could touch on any subject. It could touch on the spiritual side. It could touch on the mindset side. It could touch on the financial side. It could touch on the gathering side. It could touch on 2 things. It could touch on 3 things. It could touch on 1 thing. It could touch on all 4 things. So every video really is special, but some are more like guides, right? Guides, so you can go ahead and know how to learn this information. That's, I guess that's the difference between the membership and the information which show you, is that when if you become a member, it's more, you get guided more. You have a mentor that goes ahead and, you know, guides you, right? And you can go ahead and learn the information a certain way and so forth. Just like, it's just like a fraternity, right? Like the Freemasons, for example, you know, things like that. So email us if you're interested in becoming a member. But I suggest you just, I mean, the information is there. It's free. I don't charge for anything. And there's more to come. And then I do these videos to kind of guide you guys, kind of show you a little bit of different things, you know. So you guys can go ahead and do them. So let's keep doing them, guys. Let's keep pushing, and let's keep making a difference. That's the whole point. Let's keep making a difference, because we can make a difference. We can become better people for ourselves, for our families, for our loved ones, for our friends, for our communities. We can become better individuals all around, right? So we can start here. We start here. We've been here since 2016. Our following hasn't grown. It's only a small group of us, but I think, you know, at any second it could blow. And if it blows, then you know, you're gonna be one of the persons that are gonna go ahead and be leaders to the Ulosophy. You're gonna be the ones that are gonna be like, yes, I was there, you know, before, you know, it went viral, before more people started coming and so forth. So go ahead and do that, guys. I want to thank you for you know, everything you do, for every like, for every subscription, for every person that you tell them about, for every single thing that you share to another person about. For example, let's say you learn a certain concept, and you tell another person about that concept, or you learn something about health. Well, that's another thing. Health. We have information on health that you will not hear anywhere else. Our belief, we're not doctors. We're not doctors. Go to your doctor in any sort of health issue, and don't listen to us. Listen to your doctor. You know, go to your doctor first and so forth. That's the disclaimer. I said it. Whatever. Our health. We believe in health, right? Longevity, so forth, right? I don't think nobody out there has the information that we have. And I share it all for free for you guys. Everything's all free. I don't have a paid group. You know, I'm not rich, but I've been blessed. I'm happy. I'm a happy individual. I have my bad days just like everybody else. But, you know, it's just because I'm not connected. You know, if I really have a bad day and it's really affecting me, it's because I haven't been connected to the spiritual side. So I go back to the spiritual side and start getting connected, and then I'm fresh off. I'm back, right? And then even if bad days come, they don't seem that bad anymore. The concept side as well, like, I can go ahead and start reading on the concept side, but if my spiritual side ain't right, it's like I get it, but like I get motivated, but the motivation goes down. But if I have the spiritual side good, and I have, you know, I'm full on the spiritual side, and then I start focusing on some on the mindset side, it's like I feel invigorated. Like that's it. I start acting upon it. I start acting like I have. Spiritual side is the energy. The mindset side is the action. You start acting on things, and you start acting beginning with yourself. So the actions that you start acting upon will start helping yourself. And one action, you know, once you get, if you're full in the spiritual side, one action will be like taking 10,000 actions. That's how much compound interest the action is. So you start taking upon actions, and those actions start helping you, and then, you know, you keep doing it, and those actions start helping your family, and if you keep doing it, those actions will start helping your friends, your loved ones, people outside, you know. Then if you keep doing it, they start helping your community, and you start, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Don't believe me? The information is there. I don't charge a dime for it. I don't charge 1 penny for it. I don't know how much more honest I can be. I don't know what else I can do to make you believe about this information. It's there. It's there. I'm showing it to you. It's live. It's there. Hear it. It's there. Hear it. It's there. You know, just go through the videos and look at the videos, the ones, you know, you'll read, and I have titles for all of them, and you'll see which ones are the spiritual side, which ones are the actual mindset side, which ones are the financial side. But I was talking about the health side. The health side, it's something that it's like a little pushed in brick between the spiritual and the mindset side. And I don't think nobody has what we have with the mindset side. Nobody can mess with us when it comes to the health side. We have health information that is just unheard of. This is information that only the elites have. They literally, you have to go ahead and be chosen to learn this information. That's how secretive it is. It has been, and it's been around for years. And by the way, R.I.P. to not a doc, Chris Barr. You know, such an amazing figure. You know, that we lost. You know, last year. It was last year, year before. You know, it was his time. But you know, he lived a great life. He was already of age, but he lived a great life. Amazing individual. And once you become a member, or I'll start making videos talking about him, but once you become a member, you get to learn about who he is. Really. Chris Barr, not a doc, R.I.P. Thank you for all the information that you gave us. Like, it literally changed lives. Literally changed lives. So yes, so I've had many teachers that have taught me so much great information that I that's the information I give you when it comes to health. And much of that information is on the TikTok. So make sure to visit the TikTok as well, because there I have spiritual information, mindset information, financial information, gathering information, all 4 blocks, including the health. A lot of the health stuff is there, especially at the beginning. If you go to the beginning, I have I think there's like 10 videos talking about health, really talking about mental health, because I was getting a lot of questions emailed regarding mental health. So I started a TikTok so I can go ahead and start giving you those answers. So if you go to my TikTok there, I give you literally like that. I'll be like, look, you got mental health, take this. First I tell you, I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me. Don't do anything I said. Don't anything I say unless you have proof from the doctor. But that's a disclaimer. Okay, go. This is, if you have mental health, you know, this, you know, and if you DM me, again, I'll tell you the same thing. I'm not a doctor, don't listen to me, but my opinion is, if it was me, then I would do that. The same thing. So you can email us. If you have a certain thing, a certain situation, a certain problem, email us. There's no problem. Email us and we'll go ahead and contact you back. You know, usually it's fast, but you know, I'll give you the 24 to 72 hour thing. But we'll reach back out to you, right? And if you have a problem, you know, whatever it is, you know, we would be more than happy to help you. We're here to help. That's the whole thing. So you can email us at ulosophy1@gmail.com. ulosophy1@gmail.com. You can also email us, message us on our Instagram, Ulosophy, and on our TikTok, Ulosophy. You can message there us as well. Where else? On our Twitter, Ulosophy, on the Ulosophy Twitter. There you'll see a picture of me in a nice suit after having a great night. If you see the picture and that I took, you could see that I had a great night right before I took that great moments before I took that picture. So that's just making, you know, celebrating life, right? But yes, you'll see a picture there of me. The Twitter Ulosophy focuses a little bit more on the financial side. That's kind of what we hit, but we talk about, I tweet there all types of concepts, but you know, mainly all my followers and people I follow, we're on the financial side, and that's really where we suggest you go ahead and get a Twitter. If you want to be part of the Ulosophy family, get a Twitter and put yourself there, and follow me and follow the people that I have on there, because they're all around the financial side that I speak about, and you get to learn more about it. On my TikTok, I talk about everything, so you know you can go ahead and follow me on there. The Instagram as well. I usually upload videos from my TikTok to the Instagram, but sometimes I go ahead and do videos as well there. So you could do that, and you know I guess you know I really don't like sharing my personal life or what I do, so I really don't take pictures on my Instagram and show them, you know. But I guess I'll do that, you know, if I get much more of a following. I'll start doing that, and then you'll see how my life is. You'll see great photos of myself with me, friends, or with whoever I am, right? But yeah, but life is great. Celebrate life, guys, every single day. Remember, I'm gonna give you a little key. Something is telling the Spirit of God is telling me to go ahead and tell you guys this. The Holy Spirit is telling me to go ahead and tell you this right before we go ahead and close out this video, and that's that if you're in a financial bind, which is one of the first things that you have to go ahead and do, get yourself out of a financial bind, and that's what we teach on the mindset side. There's plenty of videos on the YouTube about it, so you can read upon it, or if you have a specific situation, you can email us or message us on our other platforms. But if you have a financial problem, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 is because it's an energy problem. You don't have enough energy. You have to get yourself out of that hole of whatever you're in. Other people will just tell you, yeah, you got to go ahead and just get out of the hole, work non-stop, and keep pushing. You know, sleep is for losers and this and that. Look, at some point they're right, but come on, let's be realistic. Right? Some people, you know, you're gonna drive them insane. They can't do that. But I'm gonna tell you how you can be a superhero, how you can actually literally have superpowers like that you can go ahead and go non-stop. I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling you, Ulosophy, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it in the world. There's nothing like it. Our society is so powerful, the concepts. If you're in a financial bind, if you're crying right now, like literally, like you don't know what to do, let's put yourself in the worst possible scenario. Let's say you just got a divorce because of financial thing, or you're homeless, you're living in your car, or you don't even have a car, but you're getting Wi-Fi from McDonald's right now, and you're literally, you know, in a financial bind. You don't have no money and this and that. Look, no matter where you live, but most likely you're watching this video, and you're watching this video in a place where there's some sort of opportunity. In the first world, right? And so forth. If you live in America, for example, right? But anywhere you live, this will work. But this is what you're gonna do. Get yourself a job, right? Or sell something. Start selling stuff, something that you know, whatever. What's the easiest way for you to go ahead and get a buck? Get a buck right now, go ahead and do it. Most likely, 9 times out of 10, it's a job. So go get yourself a job anywhere. I don't care where it is, whether it's at the easiest job, whether it's a McDonald's or anything. If you're homeless, you know, if you live in America and you're homeless, there's plenty of help that you can get. Go to your city and there's plenty of programs that can help you, right? But do it until you go ahead and get yourself set up. But even if you don't, then just go ahead and follow this. Get yourself any job. I don't care. Don't stress yourself out. Don't go ahead and get yourself 2, 3, 4 jobs at a time. You can, but this is what I would do. I would go ahead and get myself a job. Right? Get yourself a job, anywhere. Doesn't matter what. Just get yourself a job, as long as it's legal, of course, right? Get yourself a job, make some money. The first paycheck that you get, I want you to go ahead and donate some money. I don't care how much, whether it's $1 or $5, $10. Donate it to a church, right? Donate it to a church. And go to choosetobehealthy.com. 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 They don't pay me for this, but this place sells the only GTF Chromium that I recommend right now and that I've seen work, which is 100% whole food GTF Chromium. GTF Chromium is a mineral. Life happens in the actions of ATP. If you don't know science, ATP is where the cells of your body grab the glucose, sugar, from what you eat, and then life happens. That's how life happens. When a newborn is born, GTF Chromium is there to go ahead, and a lot of GTF Chromium has to be there so the cells can multiply, because they have to multiply at a very fast level, because if not, the fetus will not be born, right? Will not be, made. So the chromium is needed. Chromium is needed whenever it's an energy product. No matter where you're at, if you're addicted, if you're an addictor, if you're addicted to something, if you're at the very low, if you're homeless, if you lost everything, get you a job, or if you already have a job, this is the next action you need to take. Or if you don't have a job, get a job, and then with your first paycheck, I want you to go ahead and donate whatever amount you have. Not all of it, but donate anything. But as long as it's something, but donate something to a church. Wherever God leads you, go. Donate something to a church. And I would recommend you join that church or whatever. But donate something, even if it's $1, $5, I don't care. Donate something to a church, and then go to choosetobehealthy.com, and go to Chris Barr recommends. Chris Barr recommends, a little section. Or just type in Chromium, or type in, just type in Chromium, and go to the one Chromium one of the Chromiums that I think is the only Chromium to sell, but it's called Doctor's Research, 100% whole food Chromium. Buy yourself a bottle or two. I think they're like $20, $25. GTF Chromium. Get them somewhere, even if it's at the postal office. I don't know. Wherever you can get them delivered to, get them. There's a way. There's always a way. Get them delivered, and once they arrive, as long as you if you're watching this video, most likely you have a phone. Everybody has a phone. You can get a phone with your first paycheck. Even if you're borrowing a phone, go get a job, and with your first paycheck, go get a phone. Right, any phone, and I think there's phones for like $40, $50. Get yourself a phone. I want you to go ahead and donate any amount, but as long as it's something to a church. And I want you to go ahead and buy you a bottle or two of GTF Chromium from Doctor's Research. That's the only Chromium I recommend right now. Only Chromium. From choosetobehealthy.com. It's called Doctor's Research, 100% whole food Chromium. Get yourself a bottle or two. Get it delivered. Keep working your job. Don't do more than you have to. Just struggle it out, even if whether you have any kind of problem. You may have a mental health problem. You may have a addiction problem. Of course, like I'm telling you, if you live in America or in a first world country, there's plenty of help. Please get it. But still, go get, you need to live. Go get yourself. Once you're able to get a job, get your job. Okay. So once those bottles come, or the bottle come of GTF Chromium, at that moment, the day that they come, I want you to go online, and I want you to apply for as many jobs as you can. whether it's 2 or 3. I want you to go ahead and start working one job and then go to a second job, and then if it's possible, go to a third job. And you're going to sleep like 4 or 5 hours. Now, again, disclaimer, don't do anything I'm saying. This is just fiction, right? Don't do anything I'm saying. Check with your doctor first and so forth. That's my disclaimer. Don't do anything I do. I'm a professional, whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Go and get yourself 2 or 3 jobs. If you're at the bottom, if you lost everything, or if you want everything, but you're at the bottom, I want you to go, you know, once you get that bottle, once that bottle arrives and you have it, I want you to go online and I want you to apply any job. Go to any job. And I want you to go ahead and get yourself 2 or 3 jobs. All right? Okay? Now, once you order the bottle, once you get the bottle of GTF Chromium, I want you to start taking 1 capsule. The little capsules. 1 capsule GTF Chromium, which is 100 micrograms. I want you to take 1 capsule every 3 hours. If you're in addiction, I want you to take a capsule every 3 hours throughout the day. If you're not, I want you to take 1 capsule of 100 micrograms of chromium every 3 hours for as long as you sleep. So you may go, let's say you go to your job at 8, right? You got to be at your job at 8. From the moment you wake up, you're going to take, you're going to give your thanks to God, and then you're going to go ahead and take your pill of the 100 micrograms of chromium. And then every 3 hours, put a little alarm clock, whatever, and then you're going to, even if your job, just it's a little mineral, it's a little capsule. Take 100 micrograms of GTF Chromium every 3 hours until you go to sleep. And when you go to sleep, you wake up and you do it again. You will start getting energy beyond belief. And make sure you eat food, make sure you do everything, but you take that 100 micrograms of GTF Chromium. I want you to take it every 3 hours. And then you're going to go ahead and apply for jobs. And you're going to get 2 or 3 jobs. Get at least 2 jobs. At least 2 jobs. Oh, but that's too much. With the GTF Chromium, you're going to have enough energy to go ahead and do 4 jobs. So let's say you go to your first job, then you got to go to your second job. I want you to go ahead, I'm sorry. You're going to go ahead and get yourself the bottle of GTF Chromium, and then you're going to go ahead and order a bottle of Lithium Orotate that you can find at Amazon. Probably much cheaper. Get yourself a bottle of GTF Chromium. They come in little 5 milligrams, little capsules or little tablets. Get yourself some Lithium Orotate and get yourself some chromium. I want you to start once you get the bottles, I want you to start taking 100 micrograms of GTF Chromium every 3 hours. You're going to start getting an energy beyond belief. You're not going to get tired. You're going to keep going. People are going to think you were Superman. And we're not talking about a sort of energy that is jittery or so forth. No. You're going to get an energy, natural energy, where you're going to feel powerful. You're going to feel like, geez, I'm ready for anything. Not in a jittery form, in a natural, healthy form. You're going to feel energy and you're not going to feel tired. You're going to keep going. So the first thing you're going to do when you wake up, you're going to take that pill, that capsule of 100 micrograms of GTF Chromium, and you're going to take 1 of Lithium Orotate, a 5 milligram little thing of Lithium Orotate. And then once and then you're going to take every 3 hours 100 micrograms of GTF Chromium, not lithium, but GTF Chromium. You're going to get out of your job, and then like I'm telling you, you're going to apply for another job and so forth. And once you go to go get your second job, for it to be right after your first job, right? Don't let it be later on. Don't try to make it as close as you can to your first job. So once you get out of your first job, you're still going to continue to take the 100 micrograms of GTF Chromium every 3 hours. Once you get out of your first job, then you're going to go to your second job. Right before you start your second job, I want you to take another capsule of lithium orotate, 5 milligrams. Just one. So you're going to take one upon waking up. You're going to take another one upon, before you go to your second job. Right when you're about to start, you take it. But you're going to continue to keep taking the 100 micrograms of GTF Chromium every 3 hours. Every 3 hours, you're going to continue. You're going to get an energy beyond belief. You're not going to get tired. If you're battling addiction, take 100 micrograms of lithium orotate every 3 hours. And then on your next check, I want you, if you're in addiction, I want you to take out, well, matter of fact, anybody, I want you to go ahead and get okay, so this is the first paycheck. On your second paycheck, I want you to go ahead and get a bottle of Chastberry extract, or Vitex. They call it V as in Victor, ITEX, Vitex, or Chastberry extract. I want you to get that, and I want you to take one every 3 hours, 4 times a day. So I want you to take one upon waking up, one in noon, one around 6, and one before you go to sleep. So about 4. If you're in addiction, if you battle in addiction, I want you to take 5 or 6 of them, right? So you might want to take them every 3 hours, 5 or 6 of them. 5 or 6 times a day, every 3 hours. But if you're not battling addiction, take about 3 or 4. One upon waking up, noon, 6 p.m., then before you go to sleep. But continue taking the 5 milligram of lithium orotate in the morning, and 5 milligram before your second job. And then you're going to take these other pills, these GTF Chromium and the Vitex. You're going to add the Vitex with your second paycheck. And then you're going to keep ordering the GTF Chromium, because if you're taking it every 3 hours, especially if you're in addiction, you might need some more. So you might need to order 2 more bottles. But if you're not in addiction, you might need to order another bottle, because you're going to take it every 3 hours, but you're going to stop it once you go to sleep. But you're not going to have much sleep, because you're going to sleep probably only like 5 hours. But you're going to continue to take the GTF Chromium. You're going to go ahead and get yourself out of that hole. And why did I go ahead and ask you to add the Vitex or the Chastberry extract? Remember, we live in a world of consumption. We want to consume. We want to go ahead and buy the nicest Jordans. We want to go buy the newest Jordans, buy the newest clothes. We want to buy Louis Vuitton. We want to eat out a lot. We want to go ahead and go to every restaurant and so forth. No, you're gonna go ahead and make a sacrifice, and I know it, and I don't want you to go ahead. Nobody has willpower. Nobody has to go ahead and use willpower. Nobody has that. It doesn't exist. I don't know why these people keep telling you like you gotta have willpower like mighty God. No, that's not the way. The easiest way is to just do it naturally as God intended, and that's by taking nutrition. So the chromium and the Vitex are gonna open up your dopamine receptors. So that means that your level of consumption, or the level of you wanting things, is gonna come down to a regular level where you're gonna be able to control yourself. You're going to be able to say, no, I don't feel like going out to eat. I want to save this money. No, I don't feel like eating out. I don't want to buy takeout. I want to go ahead and just eat whatever I have at home, whatever I could eat here, the cheapest thing. You're going to go ahead and feel like, no, I don't want to go ahead and buy the newest Jordans out. No, I don't feel like getting the newest Louis Vuitton. No. Your goal is going to go ahead and get somewhere to live. If you're homeless, I'm talking to the even, and if you're not homeless, just follow the same strategic, and just what's your next step. If you live with someone, your next step is gonna be to go ahead and get your own home, right? Or if you're already have your own home or somewhere you're comfortable living, and but you want your own house, then you're gonna go ahead and do it until you get your own house. So you're not gonna see people a lot because you're gonna be busy. You're not gonna be constantly busy. You're gonna be working, and then make sure that you're working, every day. And if you only have one day, take Sunday off as the Lord's Day, and make sure you go to church. All right, make sure you go to church. But you're gonna be working on stop. You should be working on stop, and even when you're not working, you're gonna be thinking of ideas of ways to go ahead and sell. There's plenty of videos out there that's gonna go ahead and help you think of ideas of things that you can sell when you're not working. So, but you should be working. Like I mentioned, you should have 3 or 4 jobs, but you're gonna take the 100 micrograms of chromium every 3 hours. You're gonna take the 5 milligrams of lithium orotate, one upon waking up, and then going to your job, right? Just one, and then you're gonna take another one before going to your second job, and you're gonna take other one if you have a third job. The reason you take the lithium orotate is because the lithium orotate is like energy for your brain. You're working so much that you're gonna get what's the word? Overwhelmed. With lithium orotate, you don't get overwhelmed. You're powering your brain so much, and then you're giving your brain so much energy with the lithium, with the chromium. So the lithium orotate helps you not to get overwhelmed, so you're not gonna get tired of working on stop. Like, oh man, I feel overwhelmed, like on 3 jobs. The lithium orotate is gonna take that away. You're not gonna feel that. The chromium is gonna give you energy, and it's also gonna open up your dopamine receptors. The Chastberry extract, the Vitex, is gonna open up your dopamine receptors, so you can get out of being a consumer and start being, and instead of being a consumer, you're going to be a productor, someone that produces, someone that produces fruits. So you're going to keep working. You're going to keep working until you go ahead and get yourself a good place to live. And then during all that time, you're going to go ahead and continue and try to build a business of your own. And then once, keep buying the chromium, keep buying the Vitex, keep buying. Now the Vitex, I suggest you do it and for a while and then stop, and then once you start feeling like you need it, like you start take it again. So don't do it non-stop. But the chromium, yeah, you could do that non-stop. The lithium orotate, you could do it every day as well. But the Chastberry extract, there's going to be a point. If you do it like I'm telling you every single day, take 3 or 4, then stop. If you do it like that every day, once you finish the bottle, stop, and then wait about a month, 2, 3 months, and then take it again. Take a bottle 3 or 4 times a year. But the chromium and the lithium orotate, that's going to be constant almost every day. So you're going to take 1 lithium orotate before you go to your next job, but you're going to take GTF Chromium every 3 hours. That's going to give you the energy for you to go ahead and keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going, and not to get tired. The lithium orotate is going to give you the power to keep going and going and going, and do not get overwhelmed. And you're going to do that until you go ahead and you basically get out of your hole. If you're in debt, if you're in a big hole, this is your answer. The first thing you do, I want you to do, even if it's online, go to a ministry and you can donate online. Any ministry, and as long as it's a church that believes in Jesus, go donate anything. I don't care. Anything. $5, $10, anything. And then go ahead and buy yourself the GTF Chromium and a bottle of lithium orotate. And then you're going to take the GTF Chromium every 3 hours and the lithium orotate 1 before waking up. But then you're going to keep applying for another job. I don't care what it is. If you're smart enough, you're going to go ahead and get the one with the best, the best convenience to you. Best convenience to you as far as travel, best convenience to you as far as pay, and so forth. So, get your job. And then, once you start getting yourself out of that hole, if the first job was just the first job that you could find, then quit that job and get yourself a better job, and so forth, and so forth, and so forth. That's the way out, guys. That is the way out. If you're in a hole right now, if you're in a financial hole, get yourself some GTF Chromium and get yourself some Lithium Orotate. And you're going to go ahead and make wonders. You're going to get out of that hole in record time. If you get the Chastberry extract and you finish the bottle, take one every 3 hours, 3 or 4 times a day. Your dopamine receptors is going to open up. You're going to stop consuming. If you're addicted to you're addicted to gaming, if you're addicted to drugs, if you're addicted to this, all that's going to stop. You're going to be a regular person. As far as libido, you're going to last longer. It's fine. But you're gonna have your sex drive, your drive for anything at a normal level. It's not gonna be high like I need it. Oh my God, no! It's gonna be at a normal level. Think about it. Think about, a girl. You're not needy. You won't be needy. You won't be. If you're a guy, you won't be needy. If you're a girl, you're not gonna be needy like bothering your boyfriend. You're not gonna keep waiting on a text or so forth. No, you're gonna have it's gonna be a norm. You're gonna be a normal human being, and you're gonna be a productive human being. You're gonna be an asset to your community, and then you're gonna go ahead and build whatever. If you're a student and you're in college, you don't have to go ahead and or if you need money, get yourself a job. If you're in college, but take the chromium and take the lithium orotate. And go wherever you need to go. If you're gonna get another job, get another job, but keep going until you keep going. If you're in college and you don't have no help, if you're a single mother, you don't have no help, do what you can to go ahead and take care of your baby and yourself, and get yourself somewhere to live. Which, if you're a mother in America, they help you a lot. But if you're a single mother, buy a bottle of GTF Chromium. Buy 2 if you can, and take one every 3 hours. And you're going to see the energy that you have. Then you're going to get yourself a second job. And then that your money's going to start coming in, where you're going to go ahead and be able to take, if you don't have a babysitter, you're going to have one now, because you're going to pay for daycare for the day and night, or for however you need it. But you're going to continue, and then you're going to go ahead and go to college and so forth. You're going to have 2 jobs, but you're also going to go ahead and take college classes and so forth. Like, I'm telling you, if you need to go to college in the day, you're going to get a job at night, then you're going to get another job afterwards. And you're going to have somebody take care of your baby, and you're going to pay them. But you're going to have enough money to do that. You're going to have enough money to have a little place to live. But you're going to go to college or do whatever you want. Build a business. I don't care. But GTF Chromium will give you the energy. The reason people are in a financial bind is because they are not bringing enough income. The way to bring in enough income is for you to go ahead and work, or build a business and sell something. But people, fortunately, are, quote, lazy. They don't have the energy, or they just don't have the energy. It's not that they're lazy, they just don't have the energy, which most people do, because all of us have a chromium deficiency. We're out of chromium in our reserve. That's why you see so much diabetes and sugar problems. Come on, we need to go ahead and restore those GTF Chromium reserves. So you're gonna take GTF Chromium every 3 hours, and you're gonna see a difference. You're gonna buy Lithium Orotate. You're gonna take 1 or 2 a day, and you're not gonna get overwhelmed anymore. You're not gonna get tired anymore. And the only time that you're gonna feel like sleeping is when you need to go to sleep. That's it. Upon that, you're just gonna have energy, and people are gonna think you're a robot. If you're in a financial bind, I want you to go ahead and do that. And don't stop until you go ahead and have what you want. Doesn't mean you have to go on like this forever, but just go on and get yourself out of that hole. I'm talking about people who are in that hole. Once you get out of the hole, then you don't have to take GTF Chromium every 3 hours. You're not going to need it. You already have a great place. But if you have a place where you need to go ahead and pay off and so forth, and you got yourself, then yeah, you're going to need it. Then you're going to continue to need it and keep doing it. until you pay it off, and pay it off in record time. Take Chastberry extract, Vitex, 3 or 4 times a year, a bottle, so you can go ahead and, you know, not be a consumption junkie, and you can go ahead and use your money more productively. You know, of course, if you have a family, enjoy yourself. Take them. You're not gonna feel like going. You're not gonna be that person that's addicted to consumption, but you're gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna do this for my family. So you're gonna go ahead and imagine living life like that, not being a consumption junkie. You know, not being a consumption junkie, not allowing other influences to bother you. You're not gonna be an addict.